Museum educator at Drakewell Museum and Park in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Today I'm coming to you from the caretaker's house on the grounds of the museum. It is here at Drakewell that Colonel Edwin L. Drake struck oil on August of 1859, and that strike started the modern petroleum industry. It's because of that strike that you have a drop of oil and gas in your life every day. But I'm not here to talk about that today. I am here to have you help me solve a mystery, and that is the mystery of what this is. What is this? This object comes to us from our for-use collection at the museum. Our for-use collection is a collection of objects that we collect that tell people about the life and times here in the early oil region. These objects can be things that were used in the home or used in the oil fields. And these objects are special because they are considered artifacts, but they are artifacts that we are allowed to show people. We allow people to touch them and feel them, and we allow people to examine them so that we can better educate visitors when they come to the museum. But there's a problem. Some of these objects, I really don't know what they are, and I have a lot of them. And you are going to help me figure out what this object here is. I have some ideas of what it could be, but I'm not really sure what it actually is. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a brief description of what I know about this object, and then I'm going to show you 3 ways to use the object, and then you're going to help me figure out what is the correct way to use it. So let's begin. This object is made of metal. It is about 2 feet long. It's kind of lightweight. It has a handle here on the end. It's got a spout here and kind of has an opening here, so it's hollow all the way through. So what is it? Well, I'm going to start giving you some guesses on what it is. So the first guess is that it is a horn or a megaphone. And what you would do is when you had people working in the oil field, you had to get their attention to let them know what was going on. So you would blow through this and it makes a noise, and that noise gets everyone's attention. So my first guess is that this is a horn to make a noise to get everyone's attention on the oil field. Now, I'm not going to blow into this today because I don't want to scare myself with the noise. But you would blow into it and it would make a loud noise and call the workers' attention. So guess number 1 is that it is a horn. Guess number 2 is that it has something to do with drilling, and that this has a handle on it, as you can see here, so that you could hook it onto the end of a rope that goes down into the well, and that this was lowered down into the well for some reason, because this is actually about the diameter of a well hole. So it's used in the drilling process. That's guess number 2. But the third guess, well, I think that this is the thing that it is, because I know from experience that this would be very practical. You see, back in the early 1900s and the 1800s, people cooked over a fire. And cooking over a fire can be dangerous. So to help make it not so dangerous, they would use one of these, because you had a pot like this in your fireplace cooking. And we all know that fire can be dangerous when you get too close to it, but you have to get ingredients into this pot. So maybe you have water boiling in here and you want to add some chopped up vegetables or maybe some more liquid. So you would use this as a large funnel to keep you away from the pot, to keep you safe. So you would place this in the pot and pour the ingredients down into it, and they would go into the pot, and that would be nice and safe to keep you away from the fire. I know from personal experience of cooking over a fire that this would come in very handy. I might have to add one of these to my cooking box in my collection of items that I use for cooking. So guess number 3 is that it's a cooking funnel. So, what do you think this object is? Guess number 1 is that it's a horn for calling the workers' attention, so you would blow through it. Guess number 2 is that it goes down into the well and is used for something. And guess number 3 is that it's a funnel. What is it? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Do you know? Well, guess what? It is number 2. This is used when you're drilling a well. This is called a torpedo. It is used to lower explosives down into the well to help break up a blockage in the well that a drill bit can't go through. So what they would do is they would put the explosive here in the top. Usually it was a liquid explosive called nitroglycerin, and they would put it into the torpedo. They would slowly lower this down into the well. And then when they were ready, they would drop what's called a go devil that would go down the well hole, hit the top of the torpedo, and ignite the torpedo and cause an explosion. So this is a torpedo or an early explosive device for shooting a well with nitroglycerin. I hope you enjoyed today's What Is It? Join me again for another one, and I hope to see you soon at Drakewell Museum and Park, where I can show you a lot more of these items and have you help me figure out what is it. Thank you so much for helping me with today's What Is It? Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.